Hello everybody, my name is Marie Hendricks and today I'm going to teach you how to make some form of German bread, and I'll introduce you to the ingredients first. We have 60 grams of raw rolled oats and 190 grams of strong white bread flour, but it's not bleached, and also 250 grams of rye flour. To that we will add 2 tablespoons of sunflower seeds, a tablespoon of chia seeds, and a tablespoon of flax seeds. We will also include 3 tablespoons of olive oil or any kind of vegetable oil that you have on hand, and 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of yeast, and 2 teaspoons of salt. I've bought my ingredients from Allure Taste Matters, and this is the brand that they sell. It's very good quality flour, and also all the other ingredients are very good quality. The name of the brand is Küchenmeister, or literally translated Kitchen Master. You can get these ingredients from Allure Taste Matters. There's a shop in Sai Kung Town, not far from McDonald's, just across the road and towards the side. So it's actually facing Sai Kung Town Hall. Okay, yeah, what we need to do first is to activate the yeast. So we've got 300 ml of lukewarm water into the KitchenAid. I don't know whether you can see it, but the water has been added. And to that, we will add the 3 tablespoons of olive oil and the yeast, 2 teaspoons of yeast and 2 teaspoons of sugar. Give it a good stir. Don't forget to turn it on. And we just need about 10 minutes for the yeast to activate. The yeast is nicely activated, and we are now going to put in all the other ingredients. So we're going to add all the other ingredients now. We've got the sunflower seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, and the salt. Give it a good stir so you mix all the ingredients and the seeds well, so that it's sort of like evenly distributed with the flour. I missed out a bit of the salt here. I'm going to add that in, and all the flour, just put it in and put the dough hook in, and on low speed at first until it all comes together. So you let the dough hook do its work until all the ingredients come together and leaves the side. Okay, the dough is leaving the sides of the bowl now. It's not sticking. So you put it on high speed for about 30 seconds. So the dough is ready now. You just need to make sure that there are no cracks so that it will rise properly. And in cold weather, I suggest you put on a little bit of heat. As long as you don't feel cold, the bread will rise nicely. Any of these cracks, just mend it by squeezing and pinching them together. Just pinch them together, just to get the surface nice. And we will leave it in a tray to proof for 1 hour for the first rise. It will have 2 rises. After the first rise, about 1 hour, 1.5 hours, depending on how cold or how warm it is in your house or your kitchen. The warmer it is, in summer it will rise very quickly. In winter it may take 1.5 hours, and in summer maybe about 50 minutes to an hour. Okay, that's ready, and we'll put it aside and make a few more loaves of bread. Right, we've made 4 loaves, half loaves actually, of about 420 to 450 grams. These are the 2 loaves, multi-seed rye bread, and these 2 loaves do not have any seeds except rolled oats, which is also in that other loaf. So we're going to cover it with a tea towel and place it in a warm spot and let it rise for an hour. Okay, in this case I'm going to put it in my oven, but the oven is not on, it's just a warm spot. Here we are. The bread has risen in size, it's doubled, so we are going to knock back the bread. Let's start with 1 loaf. We'll put the other loaves aside and I will do it one at a time. So what we want to do is actually get the air out. So it doesn't need very much kneading, just to get the air out, maybe around 10 folds. That should be sufficient to knock out all the air. And then repair the cracks. Pinch them so that it will rise without any air escaping again. Yeah, we've got a few cracks here. And it's a bit cold at this time in Hong Kong, so it took a lot longer to rise. So the surface is now quite smooth, and we'll knock back the other 3 loaves as well and let it rise again for another hour, and we'll come back to them in an hour. Okay? So all the 4 loaves have been knocked back and they've gone to a small size again. And we need a second rise. For your tray that they're going to rise in, you flour it. Flour the bottom part. It prevents sticking and is easy to remove. So we first oiled the tray when we had the first rise, and now for the second rise we flour the tray, the bottom part of the tray. So it's all nice and smooth. Let's put it on the tray. This is going to be very tasty loaves. Let me try to sort of like put them. Yep, so it has chance to expand all ways. Okay, and we're going to leave it for another hour or so for it to do its second rise. So here we are after the second rise of an hour later, and I've preheated the oven to 220 degrees Celsius, and it will take about 25 minutes to bake the bread. Okay? However, before you put it in the oven, we'll dust it with flour on top. There we go. Doing the dusting now. Covering the bread dough with flour. Just a bit more on this side. Right here. So is it all well covered now? Okay, here we go. We're going to put the bread in the oven. Okay, that's secure now. Alright, so about 25 minutes and the bread's ready. I'll show you the bread later. Our bread is ready. So 4 mini loaves, and we're ready to cut. Actually, it took quite a few hours to cool down. The bread cuts well only when it's cold. Okay, so we've made the plain rye bread. As you can see, it's nice and soft, and if you toast it, it will be nice and crispy and chewy. So that's the plain rye bread. And the other one is the multi-seed rye bread. I'll just cut a couple of slices for you to have a look. The multi-seed one. And the taste? Absolutely delicious. However, it doesn't keep well in the fridge. Probably about 5 days maximum, because there is not a single kind of preservative, no bread enhancers, no chemicals, bulking agents. This is it as it is. So I would suggest you slice it up and freeze it in batches, so that whatever you eat, 1-2 slices in the morning, the night before you take out your bread, so that it's defrosted by the morning, very, very gently, and toast it and eat it as you like. If you leave it outside, probably maximum 5 days, but for 3 days definitely still can be eaten without any dryness and all that. So it's lovely. Delicious. Okay, these are the 2 different bread rolls that we've made, loaves, and one is a multi-seed rye, the other one is a plain rye. Go to Taste Matters, Allure Taste Matters in Sai Kung, and you can buy this.